Have you ever thought about why you miss chances to reach your goals? For example, I really want to write that book, but I'm too lazy. Or, I like to meditate in the morning, but then I fall asleep. Or, I know I should work harder to move up in my career, but I just can't start. These confessions aren't just simple facts about being lazy. They're also signs of deeper problems we're trying to solve. These questions may seem harsh when we're talking about ourselves, but the truth is that the laziness we talk about isn't the real problem. What's really going on behind the mask of laziness are fears of not knowing what to do and pressures about whether we'll succeed or fail. We often say that we are lazy as an excuse not to deal with the real problems in our lives and souls. In today's video, we will take apart the facade of laziness with 10 lessons from Stoic philosophy to find the real problems that are holding us back. We will learn from Stoic principles how to find and get past these problems in order to reach our personal goals and live a fuller, more meaningful life. Let's look at how to stop being so-called lazy and start a new journey of self-mastery and action. Don't forget to watch the whole video and leave a comment below saying, "I will change." Because even one of the 10 lessons we talk about today can make a big difference in your life and help you get out of a rut and find the drive to move forward. Number 1, the power of spirit. Laziness is often seen as an insurmountable obstacle in human psychology. But from the point of view of Stoic philosophy, laziness is not only a physical state, but also a sign of a lack of mental fortitude. When faced with opposition and criticism, a Stoic adherent doesn't just sit there and take it, they act on purpose. This requires not only patience and hard work, but also optimism and positivity to continue on the journey of overcoming challenges. Optimism is not blind faith. It's the belief that every effort will pay off. To fight laziness, one of the most important things you can do is take real steps toward your dreams and goals. Every little thing you do is a step forward, no matter how small it seems. Hard work is not only necessary, it's a choice to not let your life be controlled by your circumstances, but to be in charge of it. Stoic philosophy says that being lazy is a sign of not having enough inner control. To get over it, we need to work on developing ourselves by practicing virtues like patience, perseverance, and honesty. Another important way to fight laziness is to set clear goals and have a clear plan for how to reach them. This not only gives you a clear direction, but also makes you want to act every day. Review and adjust your goals to make sure you stay on track. Having a positive attitude and knowing how to self-motivate yourself is also very important. Remember that every effort leads to greater success. Don't let small failures discourage you. Instead, see them as chances to learn and grow. And finally, always remember that you have the power to change yourself and beat laziness. Being able to control yourself and train your mind are the keys to success and happiness. Stoicism is not just a mindset. It's also a way of life that helps us deal with life's problems by being better and more resilient. Getting to know the spirit. Spirit is often thought of as something that goes beyond the physical and material worlds. It can be energy, willpower, or awareness. To recognize the spirit, you need to know how it affects your personal growth, inner happiness, and health as a whole. Using your own strength. The spirit gives us a lot of inner power. People can deal with problems, become more resilient, and keep a good attitude even when things are bad by tapping into this power. Meditation, prayer, and self-reflection are all things that can help you build this power. How it relates to the purpose. A strong spirit helps people find their life's meaning and stay connected to it. It gives you insight and direction, helping you make choices and take actions that are in line with your passions and core values. Having this link often makes life more meaningful and full. How it affects relationships. The spirit affects how we treat other people. A strong and healthy spirit helps people understand, care about, and empathize with others better. It makes relationships better by encouraging real connections and a feeling of community and belonging. Getting better and healing. The spirit has a big effect on healing and changing for the better. Spiritual practices can help people heal emotionally and mentally by letting go of past hurts and accepting change. This power of the spirit to change things can make your life more healthy and peaceful. Spirit power is an important part of being human. It affects our strength, our sense of purpose, our connections, and our ability to heal. People can live stronger, more meaningful, and more connected lives by nurturing and using their spirits. This improves both their own and society's well-being. Number 2, find the power inside you. Have you ever wondered why you can't reach your goals? The answer might lie in how we deal with laziness, which is a battle not only with ourselves, but also with deeply ingrained habits in our subconscious. Stoic philosophy doesn't just give us a simple way to stop putting things off. It gives us deep insights into changing our beliefs and making new habits every day. To fight laziness, we need to focus on making new habits. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said that what bothers people is not the things themselves, but the opinions they make about them. Changing how we think about and respond to problems can turn them from problems to opportunities. Giving up the easy way out and putting up with the pain we need to in order to reach our goals is a key part of getting over procrastinating and laziness. For example, someone might spend a lot of time complaining about hard tasks instead of focusing on finishing them. But when they decide to change their attitude and think about why they need to finish the task, for example, to move up in their career or make life better for their family, they start to feel more energized and focused. Getting rid of negative factors and bad influences is also an important step. Regularly evaluating ourselves and our relationships helps us spot and get rid of unhealthy effects, which changes our activities and habits in a better way. Finally, to deal with and beat laziness, we need to act right away and take small, steady steps. Once a genuine reason is found, IED becomes a constant source of motivation for each person. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not that we have little time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This is not only a call to action, but also a reminder of how important it is to live every day according to our values and goals. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Have you used any lessons from Stoicism to beat procrastination and laziness? If you have any other tips for dealing with these problems, please share them with us in the comments. In the fight against laziness, the only person stronger than us is ourselves. Every day, every hour, we have the choice to give in to the allure of idleness or to stand up for ourselves and rise above our circumstances. The advice from Stoic philosophy is not just words. They are powerful tools that help us overcome challenges and achieve personal victories. The idea behind the power of spirit is that the human spirit has a huge effect on our lives. It looks at how spirituality, inner strength, and resilience can affect our actions, thoughts, and general health. The power of spirit isn't just about having religious or spiritual views. It's also about how people are naturally able to endure, hope, and change. It includes the drive to grow as a person, the strength to get through tough times, and the inner peace that comes from knowing yourself and being connected to something bigger than yourself. If you understand and use this power, you can live a happier, more peaceful life. Being tough and having inner strength. The human heart is amazingly strong. People who practice it have the strength to keep going, even when things go wrong, and keep working toward their goals. Developing emotional intelligence, self-discipline, and positive thoughts are all parts of becoming more inner strong. Linking and living together. Spirit power is often increased when people are connected to each other. Relationships and community give us support, motivation, and a sense that we belong. Participating in group activities, whether motivated by faith, shared hobbies, or common goals, boosts the spirit of the group and creates a helpful atmosphere. Being mindful and self-aware. To connect with the power of spirit, you need to be mindful and aware of yourself. Mindfulness, meditation, and other practices like these can help people connect with their inner selves, understand their feelings, and find their greater sense of purpose and direction. Why and what it means. One important part of the power of spirit is having a strong sense of why you are living your life. Being clear on your ideals, goals, and why you do what you do can give you drive and clarity. A lot of the time, this feeling of purpose comes from religious beliefs, personal interests, or a desire to make the world a better place. Going through changes and growing. The power of spirit can change things. It helps people grow, heal, and make changes. People can change their lives, gain new views, and reach a higher state of consciousness and fulfillment by seeing challenges as chances to grow. To use the power of spirit, you need to take care of these parts of yourself and know how important they are in everyday life. People can live stronger, more connected, more mindful, more meaningful, and more transformative lives by doing these things. Number 3. Inspiration and victory for yourself. Almost all of us set new tasks or goals for ourselves and then fail at the last minute with a million different reasons. Don't keep yourself going by telling yourself you're not ready yet, or that you'll do it next week, next month, or next year. We may set goals with great enthusiasm at first, but after putting in some work and seeing some results, we decide we've done enough. This is when starting a new life slows down. Why does this always happen? It's pretty clear that we try to do too much in too little time, which makes us angry when we have to take on new tasks. It's also hard to break old habits and start new ones. Being able to self-motivate and tell the difference between short-term and long-term feelings and actions is key to getting over being lazy. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said that people are not upset by things, but by how they see them. This advice reminds us that while negative emotions may only last for a short time, positive actions can lead to long-lasting changes. After all, fighting laziness isn't just about getting out of the present. It's also about making plans for a better future. Down stresses, lowering negative feelings by doing meaningful activities, which changes psychology from negative to positive. Lastly, we need to let ourselves say positive things about our skills and power. When we recognize and accept that we are in charge of our lives, we not only beat laziness, but we also grow stronger and more secure. Number 4. Act now. Take a look at a broken bridge. We can look at it from afar without fixing it, even though we know it can't get us to the other side. This is the picture of laziness, a self-made barrier that not only stops us from acting, but also makes it hard to see our will and goals. Stoicism is not just a theory. It is a strong call to action to beat ourselves, especially when it comes to fighting laziness. Stop putting things off. This is the first step to getting rid of laziness. It's not good intentions that matter, but decisive actions. We can't just sit back and wait for opportunities to come to us. We have to make them happen. This is strong encouragement that helps us start the journey away from a passive lifestyle and toward a more dynamic and meaningful life. Perseverance is like the solid foundation of a skyscraper. It helps us stay motivated and get through tough times. Like a marathon runner who keeps running every day even though they're tired, this lesson in persistence can help you reach your long-term goals. Not only is working hard every day a habit, but it's also an art to stay motivated when you feel like giving up. The most strong way to fight it off is to keep at it. Daily persistence not only gets us results, but it also makes our lives better, turning every day into an epic of self-improvement. To stay alert and focused, we need to remind ourselves of our higher purpose. This is the key to self-control, keeping us from giving in to the temptations of laziness when we're tired. Finally, be sure of yourself and strong in everything you do. Alexander the Great, another Stoic thinker, said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, insofar as it stands ready." If we stand firm against laziness with confidence and mental strength, we will not only get past our current problems, but also reach new heights in our careers and lives. When we face laziness, we usually have two options. A, give up, or B, fight. How do you usually deal with this problem? Let's share and talk about it to find the best ways to deal with it. There is an amazing power that is always present, but out of our control. This is the invisible key that opens the door to life changes, fights laziness, and awakens an endless source of energy. Next, let's go on a journey to find out how an alert and determined spirit can wake us up and set us free from the chains of procrastination. Number 5. The power of the mind. The mind is not only what controls our thoughts and actions, but it is also where the power to overcome all problems and suffering lies. This power, when unlocked and properly used, can change how we see and interact with the world around us. To begin, let us think about what it means to suffer. Suffering is not always a fixed fact, but rather a result of how we react to situations. To get past fear and doubt, we have to be brave enough to face ourselves and what we believe to be true. When we accept that we can't control what happens, we start to feel good and look for a clear purpose in our lives. A purpose isn't just a vague direction. It's a lighthouse that guides every choice and action we make. When our minds are set on a big goal, every challenge becomes a chance to learn and grow, and daily mental strength becomes an endless resource for us to not only survive, but thrive. As Epictetus said, the truth is that our power lies in how we choose to react to events, not in the events themselves. By practicing and developing this mental strength, we can change not only ourselves, but also the world around us. Ask yourself today what you will change with the power of your mind. Let every day not just be a day of existence, but a day truly lived with meaning and purpose. Thank you for coming along with us halfway through this journey. Your continued presence here shows that you are ready to leave laziness behind and start working on yourself. This is the first step in the transformative journey, which isn't easy, but is well worth it. We hope you'll stay with us until the end of the movie. Next, we'll talk about another important part of this journey. Taking this step will help you understand that each step, no matter how small, is part of a bigger plan to break bad habits and build a strong base for a full and active life. The mind has a lot of control over what we think, what we do, and eventually our lives. This idea, which is studied a lot in psychology, neuroscience, and philosophy, says that our mental state has a big effect on our physical health, emotional health, and success in different areas of our lives. We can get more focused, get past problems, and make good changes in our lives by using the power of our minds. Positive thought, visualization, mindfulness, and affirmations are some of the tools that can help you understand and use this power. Thinking positively and being optimistic. When you think positively, you look for the good in every situation and expect good things to happen. Researchers have found that people who are positive are stronger, have better mental health, and are less stressed. Being grateful and rethinking negative thoughts can help you have a more positive outlook on life, which can lead to more success and better general health. Visualization and practicing in your mind. Visualization is the act of making clear mental pictures of results or actions you want to achieve. Visualization is a way for athletes to improve their ability by practicing their moves in their minds. This method helps the brain make new neural connections, which makes it easier to reach your goals and do things better in real life. Being mindful and meditating. Being fully present and involved in the present moment without judging it is what mindfulness is all about. One popular way to become more mindful is to meditate. Regular mindfulness exercise lowers stress, makes it easier to control emotions, and boosts focus and clarity of thought. This lets people handle situations with more thought and calm. Quotes and positive self-talk. Affirmations are positive statements that people say to themselves over and over to fight negative thinking and self-doubt. They can help change your mind so you think about good things and boost your confidence. Positive self-talk over and over can change a person's mindset from a fixed mindset, thinking skills are fixed, to a growth mindset. Thinking skills can be improved through hard work and learning. Neuroplasticity and training. Your brain. Neuroplasticity is the brain's power to change how it works by making new connections between neurons over time. Because we are adaptable, we can change the way we think and act by learning new things and doing new things. Brain training activities like doing puzzles, learning new skills, or practicing creative thinking can improve brain processes and make the mind more flexible and strong. People can unlock the power of their minds to grow as people, get through tough times, and live more fulfilling lives by learning and using these principles. Number 6. The path to recovery. The road to recovery isn't just going back to how you were before something bad happened. It's a spiritual battle to rediscover yourself and get stronger through Stoic beliefs. Stoic philosophy tells us that every problem, whether it's a win or a loss, is a chance to learn and grow on the road to recovery. It's clear that support and advice from friends and family are very important. This kind of support helps people not only get back up after falling, but also stand strong during life's storms. Choosing to stay calm and in control of how you respond to problems are very important. Happiness is not a destination. It's the process of getting through hard times and sticking with it. Perseverance and hard work are important in this process because we can't make progress without constant work. Everyday habits, whether they are good or bad, have a direct effect on how well the healing goes in the end. Journey. Finally, keep in mind that each step of the recovery process is not only about healing the body, but also about making the soul stronger. I want to know if you've ever been through a healing journey that made a big difference in your life. Your story could help others who are going through the same thing. Number 7. How to get in the habit of being disciplined. Many years ago, I was very careless and lazy. I would play video games late at night, surf the web, and then sleep until I naturally woke up. But when I learned about the Stoic philosophy, I started to change. I started getting up at 6:30 a.m. every day and working non-stop until 1 a.m. without needing an alarm. On the weekends, I still got up at 6:30 a.m. to keep the habit I had formed. When you make something a habit, you don't have to rely on self-control. Stoic philosophy says that a disciplined person doesn't just respond to events, they make an environment for their own growth. This starts with a single commitment to a clear goal, which is the first step toward long-term change. The story of John, who stopped staying up late to run in the morning, is a great example of how to build discipline. JN didn't set a big goal right away. Instead, he started with small victories, like getting up 15 minutes earlier every day. Over time, he made it a habit to get up early and run every day, and he no longer felt tired or uncomfortable. These small victories kept him motivated to keep up the habit. Setting challenges for yourself not only helps you push your limits, but it also helps you develop discipline. When you give yourself progressively harder tasks, you not only train persistence, but you also improve your ability to face and solve problems effectively. Finally, the key to overcoming laziness is to set goals that are attainable. Liar is committed to the process all the way through, taking on obstacles and slowly making good habits. You will find that nothing is impossible when discipline is a part of your everyday life. Discipline and good habits are the keys to success in both your personal and work life. Developing discipline means changing your thoughts and actions in ways that help you keep working hard, even when you're not feeling like it. On the other hand, habits are the automatic processes we form by doing things over and over again. They work together to make a structured plan for reaching long-term goals, increasing productivity, and making people healthier generally. Learning the tricks to developing focus and habits can change how we deal with problems and chances in our daily lives. Start small and keep going. Big goals can be scary, which can cause people to put things off or get burned out. You build a foundation for consistency by starting with small jobs that you can handle. For example, instead of committing to a daily 60-minute workout, start with 10 minutes and slowly add more time as you get into the habit. Be clear about your goals. To explain, setting clear, specific goals helps you stay on track with your work. Goals that are too general can make you feel lost and unmotivated. Rather than saying, exercise more, make your goal exercise for 30 minutes every morning. Pick up on cues and triggers. Definition: triggers and cues are signs in your surroundings or a situation that make you do a habit. These things make it easier to add new habits to your daily life. Put your running shoes next to your bed to remember yourself to go for a jog first thing in the morning. Check on progress and make changes. Monitoring your work on a regular basis helps you stay motivated and figure out what you can do better. It's important to be able to adapt and change your method when needed. For example, write down your habits or use an app to keep track of them and think about what works and what doesn't. Set up a support system. Why having a support system is important. It holds you accountable and gives you hope. Telling other people about your goals can help you stick to them. Example: join a group or find a friend who has the same goals as you do, like a study group or someone to work out with. By using these tips, you can develop the self-control you need to make habits that last, which will help you grow and achieve your goals over time. Number 8. Never give up. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "You don't hurt other people. You hurt yourself by letting them affect you." This quote tells us that we hurt ourselves when we let others affect us, and it encourages us to keep going and try to get through everything. Stoic thought, which is based on self-control and discipline, can teach us a lot about how to be disciplined and form good habits. Breaking the deal with the past is the first and most important step. This doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but learning to let go of past pain and failure so they don't hold us back. Understanding your worth and abilities is an important part of this trip. We need to know what we're worth and how we can keep improving and perfecting ourselves. Setting goals and dreams is also important. Without them, it's easy to get lost. One important Stoic concept is to turn down comfort and ease. Comfort is often the enemy of progress. To keep from feeling bad about ourselves and regretting our actions, we need to set bigger tasks and goals. Last but not least, never give up on your goals and always have hope. Hope is a strong force that helps us get through anything. Inspire everyone. What are your thoughts on how to apply these ideas to your daily life? Is there a part of the article that really hits home for you? Share your thoughts and stories about how you've dealt with problems in the past, made progress, and reached your goals. We look forward to getting your shares and contributions. When tough events happen in life, have you ever thought about what you did or how you reacted to something? Have you ever wondered if you are blaming other people or events instead of looking at yourself? Let's look at personal responsibility and how it can change our lives through the lens of Stoic philosophy. The saying, "never give up," sums up what it means to be persistent and strong. It means being determined to keep going after a goal, even when things go wrong or problems arise. This way of thinking is important for personal growth and success in everything you do. By sticking to the principle of never give up, problems can be turned into chances to learn and grow, which will eventually lead to happiness and success. Accept failure as a chance to learn. Know that failing is not the end, but a step on the way to success. Every mistake you make teaches you something important that helps you get better and grow. Build a positive attitude. Even when bad things happen, keep an upbeat attitude. Being optimistic makes you more determined and helps you see problems as short problems that can be solved. Stay focused and set goals that are attainable. Split up your big goals into smaller jobs that you can handle. This method helps you stay focused and gives you a sense of accomplishment as you make progress, which keeps you going. Set up a support system. Surround yourself with people who will help and support you. A strong network of support can give you inspiration, advice, and emotional strength when things get tough. Build up your resilience. Resilience means being able to get back on your feet after things go wrong. You can make yourself more resilient by taking care of yourself, staying flexible, and always responding to new situations. Having a never-give-up outlook is important for getting through life's problems and being successful in the long run. Embracing failure, keeping a positive attitude, making realistic goals, getting support, and building resilience are all things that can help you get past problems and keep going after your dreams. Remember that determination is not about how fast you reach your goals. It's about how determined you are to keep going, even when things look bad. Number 9. Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility isn't just doing what you're supposed to do. It also means being deeply aware of how your actions and decisions affect other people. To show this, think about the story of James. He used to live a life full of excuses. He often blamed others, his circumstances, and even his own bad luck for the problems and failures he faced. But one day James decided to change. He realized that blaming others didn't help him move forward. It only made his life worse. He decided to take personal responsibility. James started to face problems head-on. Tough love, a key idea in Stoic philosophy, is an important part of this journey. Sometimes loving others and yourself isn't about giving in to your needs or forgiving mistakes easily. It's about pushing each other to reach your own personal limits. Even though life isn't always easy, it's the hard times that make it worth living. Facing challenges not only helps us learn and grow, but they also make us stronger and more adaptable. Another important thing we need to learn is how to let go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means realizing that we can't change some things. This takes the pressure off and lets us focus on what's important and within our power. Another important lesson is to set reasonable goals. When we combine these things, they help us keep our inner peace. Having realistic goals and being okay with things not going as planned. Taking responsibility for our actions not only helps us live a useful and happy life, but it also gives us the strength to beat laziness. This is the way to real freedom and happiness. Being responsible for your own actions is an important part of growing and succeeding as a person. It means being responsible for your acts, choices, and the results of those things. People can live more productive and satisfying lives, improve their relationships, and make a good difference in their communities by taking responsibility for their actions. This idea is important in both personal and professional life because it encourages responsibility, self-discipline, and taking charge of life's difficulties. Taking responsibility for actions and choices. Being responsible for your deeds and choices means that you know you are in charge of them. To do this, you need to know that the decisions you make have an immediate effect on your life and the lives of those around you. If you agree to work on a project, it's your duty to see it through to the end, recognizing both the good things that happened and the things that could be done better. Responsibility and the results. Accepting the results of your acts, whether they are good or bad, is part of being personally responsible. It means not blaming other people or outside events for your mistakes or failures. Instead of blaming outside factors if you miss a deadline, own up to your mistake, learn from it, and come up with ways to not make the same mistake again. Self-control and managing your time. To be responsible for your own actions, you need to be able to control your feelings, thoughts, and actions in order to reach your long-term goals. A big part of this self-discipline is being able to handle your time well. Setting realistic goals and putting tasks in order of importance can help you manage your time better and make sure that your responsibilities are met without extra stress. Being proactive and finding solutions to problems. When it comes to personal duty, you need to be proactive. This means thinking ahead about problems that might come up and fixing them before they get too big. Reviewing your job and personal goals on a regular basis can help you spot potential problems early on so you can plan how to get around them. Continuously getting better. Accepting personal responsibility also means committing to always getting better. This means that you should ask for comments, learn from your mistakes, and always try to get better. You can improve your skills and information and grow personally and professionally by going to workshops, finding a mentor, or going to school. Being responsible for your actions is an important part of living a full and happy life. When people understand they have control over their lives through their actions and choices, they feel more empowered. People can reach their goals and make a good impact on their communities by being accountable, self-disciplined, proactive in solving problems, and dedicated to continuous improvement. Not only does taking responsibility help you succeed, it also builds trust and respect in both personal and business relationships. Number 10, find drive in small steps forward. Getting motivated is important for reaching any goal, whether it's personal or business. That being said, it can be hard to stay motivated for a long time for sure. Recognizing and praising small steps forward is a good way to keep yourself motivated. Small, steady wins can give you a sense of success and keep you going, which can make the bigger goal seem more doable. This method changes the focus from the big goal to smaller, more manageable steps. This encourages a positive attitude and constant growth. Set clear goals that you can reach. Break down bigger goals into clear, smaller steps. It's important that each goal is doable in a reasonable amount of time. This makes the journey less scary and gives you lots of chances to succeed. Enjoy the little wins. Every time you reach a small goal, give yourself a treat. Celebrating these wins keeps people motivated by encouraging good behavior and boosting happiness. Keep track of your progress. Write down all of your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Visualizing your success through apps, charts, or journals can help you see how far you've come and remind you of your progress. Think about your journey. Take time to think about how far you've come on a regular basis. Realizing how much work you've put in and how much you've improved helps you keep a good attitude and shows you how important it is to keep going. Change your goals as needed. You should be able to change your goals if you need to. Sometimes, new information or changing circumstances can mean that the original goals need to be changed. Changing your goals keeps them fresh and attainable, which keeps you motivated. People can keep themselves motivated and make steady progress toward their bigger goals by focusing on small steps forward. This method encourages a growth attitude, which sees every small step forward as an important part of the path to success. Stoic philosophy says that making progress, even if it's only a little, is a key part of beating laziness. For example, if you want to read a 500-page book, thinking about reading it all at once might make you feel overwhelmed and hesitant to start. But if you break the goal down into smaller steps, like reading just 10 pages a day, you will find it much easier to stick with it. In 50 days, you will have finished the book without feeling overwhelmed, and you will be amazed at how well you are at keeping up your reading habit. For example, instead of setting a goal to work out at the gym for an hour every day, you could start with 10 minutes and slowly increase the time as you get used to it. These small steps will not only help you get started more easily, but they will also help you form a habit that you can keep up. Rewarding yourself after each small success is a great way to stay motivated. When you finish a small task, give yourself a little treat like a cup of coffee or a short break. This will create a positive feedback loop that will encourage you to keep going. It is also very important to recognize and evaluate your growth. Third, write down every day's accomplishments in a journal. This will help you see your progress and inspire you to keep going. Finally, apply Stoic principles to your daily life. Stoic philosophy tells us to focus on what we can control and accept what we can't change. By following these principles, you will learn to control your emotions. Keeping yourself motivated and beating laziness is important. Remember that every little step counts. If you focus on small progress, beating laziness will become easier than ever. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that the Stoic ideas we've talked about will help you stop being lazy and make your life better. Have you ever tried applying Stoic ideas to your own life? What is the hardest thing you're going through right now? Please share your thoughts in the part below. I'm excited to hear your thoughts and stories. Please click the like button to let me know you liked the video, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family to spread inspiration and motivation. Most importantly, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos on how to apply Stoic philosophy to everyday life. Stay tuned for the suggested videos at the end of this one. I'll see you in the next video.